He's terrified of goosebumps. He got spooked. He was screamed at by like a ghost or something. He's really spooked out. Noticed upstairs. There's this really creepy thing. We gotta take care of this. Oh no, we can't do it. He's too scared. Is Morgan? He can't go near it either. They're all too scared. And Brandy's just asleep. So I think Darrel, he's gonna find Morgan and he's gonna try to console him. He's gonna be like, look, this place is scary, isn't it? Like, I can't even sleep. But Morgan's just like walking away. Darrel's just like, you know what? This is just, oh my gosh, his arm just like did this wild thing. Okay, so Morgan's coming back. Darrel's like, look, Morgan, we have like weird sigils appearing on the floor. There's all these evil spirits. He's like, let's just get out of here. Morgan's like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Let's get out of here. This place is so creepy. It's the weekend. Let's get out of here. And he never thought he would be saying that because he knows Brandy most likely has a romantic relationship going with Darrel. But he's still just like, you know what, I'll hang out with him. And, you know, at first, Morgan thought it was true love. It wasn't until he moved in he realized Brandy actually had a boyfriend. It's like, oops, buddy, you probably should have asked, you know? But I guess he just assumed because she was like flirting with him that it was on the up and up. And that was so wrong. So Darrel has been trying to get into the werewolves for a while. So fingers crossed we can pull it off today. They definitely can't stay at home. It's way too frightening there. So Darrel's like, look, you know, that was terrifying. I'm glad we left. He's like, let's just chill out a little bit. I don't think there's a ghost here. And I mean, he honestly looks like traumatized from the haunting. He's looking around everywhere, like expecting more evil spirits to come. He's also really happy he's a father. So I hope Brandy will just take care of the baby while the guys are out. Darrel is going to go ahead and go to the bathroom. And while he does that, let's just look around a little. Like, is there anything to forage or dig? I don't know. What is this? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow, look at this. Huh, there's like these tunnels. That's really cool. Here's like this room we can't get in yet. So I do wonder about that. And then there's like this bridge sort of thing. What is all this? I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff. Oh, here's like a cool warehouse hangout. This is where the pack leader lives. They're currently somewhere else. We keep trying to find them. So can we call them and like invite them here? Oh no, little Lucifer. How cute. So the pack leader was Rory. Darrel's like, hey, you know, I had a rough night. I think my house is haunted, and I know werewolves are strong and powerful. Could you come hang out with me? Rory's like, I'm sleeping. Darrel's like, okay, fine. I will get some food at the bar. Morgan already found his way to the bar. And here's Caleb, who's actually somebody else that Brandy has been interested in. So Morgan... he ordered himself a drink. Then let's go ahead and order some food because he's hungry. And Darrel got himself some food. And so maybe soon we can try the pack leader again. It's pretty hard to track down the pack leader. We managed to meet him a few times, but they're not there right now. Said they were sleeping though, so I wonder where they went. I'm gonna try to call them like one more time. So Darrel's getting really tired, but he's not scared anymore. He's giving Rory one more call. It's a little later. They might be awake. Rory's coming! Okay, cool. So let's get Darrel with his reward points. Can he afford the sleep, the thing where you don't have to sleep? Yeah, so let's get sleep replacement. And then he can just go in here. And now this update is interesting. Like the menus look different. And I heard there were lots of glitches with the new update. And so I was like almost nervous to start my game today, but so far so good, you know, like knock on wood and all that. Ow, ow, ow! Welcome everyone to the Wolf Pack. So today I'm streaming Sims and we're about to interact with a real werewolf. So Darrel's been making friends with Roy for a while and I wanted Darrel to drink that potion. It's right. Is that it? Yeah, he better drink that. That's supposed to get his energy need up. Okay, good. Take it with you. Drink it. So he's like, hey, Rory. Rory's like, hey, Darrel. Good to see you. And Darrel drinks that. Now I can stay up all night. And he's gonna, you know, brighten her day. Rory's like, oh, thanks. And then he's gonna be like, hey, I tried to find you the other night and I couldn't. And Rory's like, well, you know, I'm glad we're spending time together now. And Darrel's like, yeah, me too. to. And I mean, he really wants to be a werewolf, so he's going to ask to be a friend of the Wildfangs. And I really hope Rory will say yes. He's asked before and Rory said no. So he's like, hey, look, my life isn't going so well. I feel like a failure. I want to be a werewolf. And she's like, I don't know you well enough. Let's get a chance to know each other a bit better first. And he's thinking, I've been like getting to know her for so long and still no werewolf action. And Rory is kind of like pacing back and forth. Like, I mean, this guy seems okay, but I can't give my werewolf knowledge to just anyone. And Darrel's thinking, if only I'd been that discerning about Brandy, maybe I wouldn't be in this mess. And so Darrel's like just happy to have somebody cool to talk to. So Darrel's gonna say, you know, ever since I moved in with my girlfriend, things have been really weird. Like, it's really embarrassing. Like, I feel like she's maybe like messing with my mind sometimes. She definitely seems to be cheating on me, messing with my emotions. But we just had a kid together, so, you know, I'm gonna suck it up and try to do what's right by her. And Rory's like, huh, okay. You know, like, life can be like that. I mean, I've had bad relationships too, and, you know, I could see why you're drawn to the werewolves, because you want to access your inner strength, and it sounds like you're not feeling very strong, and like maybe even in some ways you've been overpowered by this woman. Darrel's like, yeah, you know, I think you might be right. Like, I was really just enraptured by her when I first met her. I ended up breaking up with my wife and cheating with her. Rory's like, you cheated on your wife? And he's like, yeah. And Rory's like, okay, man, I mean, that's really not a great thing to do, but I understand, like, that you've been through a lot of stress lately, and, you know, I just appreciate that you felt like you could share your story. And Darrel's like, yeah, well, even worse, like, my son, I actually invited him to visit me right here, and he just ran away. He didn't want to see me. He didn't want to hang out with me. He just went away. It was terrible. And Rory's being a really good listener, so he's gonna say, thank you so much for listening to me. He's feeling really good from being able to talk about all this with Rory. And then, you know, he's just, now that he's lifted this weight off his chest, he's going to ask, tell me more about the werewolf packs. And Rory says, fine, I'll admit that sometimes it can be a bit much when one of my packmates goes on a couch devouring and computer smashing spree in the local library. I get it, okay? Not something you'd expect to see every day unless you lived it. We can't help it, though. It's just part of this crazy life we lead. But I gotta say, something kinda surprisingly tasty about certain kinds of wood. All right, if you say so. So Darrel is just gonna keep chatting up Rory. They don't get to talk a lot. So Darrel is really grateful Rory came all the way out here. The potion's going strong. So Darrel's just gonna, like, you know, tell some jokes, brighten the day. And we're just trying to get their friendship bar even higher up. So we're going to ask about their day. I think the thunderstorm really scared everyone. And in the meantime, Morgan's just kind of following along. He's like, hey, what have you been up to? Darrel's like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Thinking I'm not friends with that guy anyway. He's like, so Rory, I mean, it's raining. Do werewolves get worried about rain? Rory's like, I love spending time with you. Like, even in the rain, it's just great to talk to you, Darrel. And Darrel's thinking, that is so cool. Let's just chat a bit more. And he's feeling like, I just want to be a werewolf so bad. You know, he's going to keep talking about just like chatting and expressing admiration. And Rory's like, yeah, man, you seem really cool. You seem really cool. So he's going to ask about the werewolf pack again. He's going to be like, come on, Rory. I mean, we've been having a great conversation. Could you please just help me become part of one of your werewolf packs? Like, y'all seem so cool. I think I'm a natural. And Rory shook his hand and said, look at you now. Brand spanking new friends of the Wildfangs. Feel free to hang out with us whenever or pop in and use our trailer. And hey, you don't have to do this, but we won't say no if you have any cool stuff to give us in the future. Every bit counts, you know? Wow. So he just became a part of the wolves. Ow, 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 for Darrel. Look at him, a werewolf pack friend. Now, I don't think that means he's a werewolf yet, but he is a friend of the pack. So that's really cool. Morgan's out here. He's like, man, how are you not tired? He's like, did you drink a potion or what? Darrel's like, yeah, man, I had a reward potion, nothing too strong. And Morgan's like, well, I feel really confident. I'm having fun talking to this alien. And so even though it's raining, I don't really want to go home yet. What about you? And Darrel's like, yeah, me either. Let's just hang out here. This is way better than our house. And so let's just go back to Brandy. So here's Brandy. She doesn't know where the dudes are. She's just sitting down to play some chess. She's feeling happy. She's a new mother. Wants her kid to be super evil. He's sleeping down here, Lucifer. Can you imagine being a baby raised in a dark magic room where your mother had just performed a ritual binding like evil energies and there was always just a powerful negative spirit like watching you? Like instead of a guardian angel, this is what you got? That is terrifying. But Brandy's really happy with what she's created. So she's just taking out the trash. Oh no, here's somebody new. Let's just see what else we can do. Because I feel like, can we do a magical duel? Yeah, let's duel for ingredients. Last time it wouldn't let us duel. It's like, hey, neighbor, how's it going? I challenge you to a duel. And the girl's like, I gotta get out of here. She probably heard about Brandy from the other people, like how Brandy's evil and everything. Brandy's like, oh, okay, yeah, bye, bye, bye. So let's just get Brandy to do like a yoga routine. She'll do an energy centering yoga. And let's go ahead and get some wallpaper for her gym. We set this up so Morgan could work out and maybe the other Sims will use it too. Brandy just gave birth and, is probably going to feel really good taking some time to nurture herself and do yoga. So she'll just walk in there and she's kind of thinking, where did the guys go? She's like, next time I'll have to lock their dungeons so I don't worry so much about them. But she's like, I can't blame myself. That was a little relaxed. I just gave birth. I had other things on my mind. And she's like summoning the Dark Lord and asking to be guided in the ways of evil. And she feels like celebrating. She feels very fulfilled. She also wants to be friendly with Darrel and make an enemy. So let's pin that. She has an enemy, Grace. So she has some evil plans for Grace, actually. I guess Tina survived. She's not frozen outside anymore. So that's good. I don't know if Grace would even come over if we called her. And I'm surprised Amelia's not an enemy. She despises us. And we despise her. It seems like more of her relationships are bad than good, that's for sure. Even Father Winter, she got in a fight. But Marcus Flex says, congratulations on the new addition to the family. That is so exciting. For Brandy. And Lucifer's hanging in there. I think after Brandy does yoga, she's going to have a moment's realization of like, oh, right, I have a cat. I should feed it. Oh, look, somebody else fed the cat. That's good because Brandy isn't the most responsible. She will come and remove the twisted tendril. And this just shows how she's more powerful than Darrel and Morgan, because they're terrified of the twisted tendril, and she's just going to go right up and remove it. Look at her yoga. She's pretty good. I think this is her first time, too. So I'm surprised she could be that flexible. But anyway, do your yoga. Shavasana, yeah. Okay, so here she goes. This twisted tendril seems to be some sort of like icky magic. Brandy's like, oh yeah, I'm head witch. I just took care of it. Ain't no other witch like me. That's right. And then I think she's going to invite Grace to hang out at the current lot. And we'll see if Grace will actually come over. Brandy is just in a bad mood and she wants to make an enemy and take out her pain on others. And so it says Grace will be right here. And Brandy has very evil intentions and she sees Grace arriving right now. So let's just stop right there for tonight before Brandy answers the door, because I think she has some really bad plans for Grace. And even though Brandy looks very cute, she is evil. I don't know how else to say it. She is just super evil. So we'll see what'll happen to Brandy on our next episode. Join us live on Twitch every Monday. You can help us make decisions about which potions Brandy will use. Definitely stop on by.